of course, I'd like to say welcome to this edition of the program Sports Roundup. It's on Saturday, and today is the 8th day of January. The year is 2022. My name is Anthony Tama. Welcome to Sports Roundup. And of course, we sincerely apologize that we couldn't start on time because we had this technical issue. But however, folks, it's good that we on this wonderful Saturday afternoon. Like I said, my name is Anthony Tamman, and shortly we will connect with our guests. We hosting the president of War Girls Football Club, Madam Rochell Woodson, is our guest. Shortly we'll connect with us on the program as we look at sports or football development in our country. Folks, like I said, this wonderful Saturday morning is good having you. Those of you following us via our online TV as well, I want to say thanks to all of you, and keep sharing the video on this Saturday edition of the program Sports Roundup on Joy FM 101.5. So shortly, I'm taking this quick break. When I come back, I'll connect with our guests on this edition of the program Sports Roundup. My name is Anthony Ntama. So shortly we come back, we connect with our guests on the program. And like I said, it's good to be here on this wonderful Saturday morning in Monrovia, folks. Welcome to Sports Roundup on Joy FM 101.5. We are trying to connect with our guests, Madam Rochell Woodson, as we look at football development, like I said, in our country, right here on the program. My name is Anthony Tamba. It's like we have our guest now on the line, Madam Rochell Woodson. Madam, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good morning from my end. Good morning to the sport-loving people of Liberia. And good morning to you in studio, Anthony. Thank you for your invite.
Sure, and like I said, we sincerely apologize. We had this technical issue. We had a flyer up in the public for 12:30, but it couldn't happen because of the problem we have. But however, we're back on the radio, and it's good having you on this wonderful Saturday afternoon in Monrovia.
It's always a pleasure, and I'm okay. Not having a quality voice to speak because I'm not too well, but I will do my best so I can be audible, so the listening audience can hear as I propound on the issues of football development in Liberia.
Yeah, so we also live on our online TV. Those of you listening, you can just follow us as well on our online TV. It's Joy TV Liberia. So if you're following on the online TV, just share the video, and we're going to have a great conversation this afternoon, like you heard from her, on football development in our country. But let's start off with this. You, as the president of War Girls FC, a former member, executive committee member of the Liberia Football Association. In fact, I would like to know, before we move on, why are you being referred to as the Iron Lady in Liberian football?
Well, actually, I don't know how that name came about. Probably during our tenure, there were a lot of controversial. I was very vocal with the then president, Mr. Musa Benete, and I was advocating for employee welfare, the executive committee, the stakeholders, and due to my outspokenness and my advocacy, I was expelled from the executive committee twice, and I won two of my cases. I came back on the executive committee, and I was suspended 3 times, and I also won my cases. I came back. So I think predicated on the fight with me and ability and the member of the executive committee and the Congress, I think most of the Liberian stakeholders decided to name me the Iron Lady of Liberia football. So my advocacy is not selective. It's not because it will suit me and I advocate. Whether I'm benefiting or not, I continue to speak for the truth and talk about equality, fairness, and transparency. So those are the issues that are paramount to football development. And no matter who sits there, I will continue to speak about it. And that's where we are.
All right, we starting this conversation. Firstly, we want to start looking at football development under the current president at the Liberia Football Association, Mustafa Raji. And at the end of the conversation, we'll also look at your plan to develop football if you are elected president of the LFA in April. But first, Madam Woodson, the Raji administration came with a vision and they listed some items that they were going to look at under his administration. We're going to highlight some of those issues, and of course, I will give you the time to have your say on them. Firstly, I want us to deal with the issue about raising the standard of the National League. This was captured. It was part of his vision before becoming president of the Liberia Football Association. And this is the first area I want us to look at. What's your view on this when it comes to the vision of the current leadership at the Liberia Football Association, looking at the standard of the National League? Has our National League been raised to that standard, you think?
No. For me, I agree. We still in the 50s. We haven't done nothing with our National League. The reason is simple. We have the pillar of football development when it comes to the league. The coaches haven't had a requisite education for them to be able to go about the fundamental of coaching the various teams in the league. And secondly, our referees are not paid well. So you can see that the ref games very poorly. So that alone does not attract the fans to come on the stadium. It also demotivates the players to play because when you go on the field and you know that the ref have been given a minute to cheat your team based on your outspokenness or being critical on the administration, and you know the fact remains that the players are demotivated and there is no lack of competition. So again, our league is very poor, characterized by bribery, which you guys know. There were bribery cases which were never adjudicated well. The ref were banned in less than 3 months. The president left for the ban. And this gone league that ended characterized by match fixing. We haven't heard any no punishment, nothing. And with that, you cannot. The integrity of the league is subject to fail, and at the end of the day, we see the fan don't trust the system to be able to pay their money to come on the field. And even we, the stakeholder, every day in our chat room, we complain about ref. Surprisingly, I see that the referee committee were able to hastily take a decision on the ref, that ref Lofa County game to get them banned. But for us, we have made so many complaints, and all the club president, 90% of them have complained on referee poor officiating of matches, and nothing has been done. So, unfortunately, the committee is not doing well. The FA is not taking appropriate actions on the referee. So the league is not competitive. And again, the national team, cannot even take players who we believe that are best players in the league. They are not even going to be transitioned to the national team based on their qualities. So you get the coach Butler taking third division players to put it on the national team. That alone breaks the morale and competition in the game. So the league now is like when we are investing on our passion and have nothing in return because our players who are playing game well and having being the quality players on the field cannot be able to be selected to be on the national team. So there's a huge problem, and that's why we say we have to address it. It needs to be fixed. And the referee is making less than $30 per game. So I tried to calculate the math a couple of days ago, and I realized that it's minute. And the money they're receiving, we just receive a communication from the FA on December 27th saying they want to make an increase of $5 to referee indemnities, which is a assault on the referees. I believe that if you want to have a good competitive league, you have to pay the referee well. You should be paying each referee for a game $200 in the first division, second division, the first division of the women football because they're where the competition are.
But sir, let me just come in with that. There are others who feel that this administration is actually doing well because taking referee indemnity from where it was and bringing it at this level and thinking about doing addition, they feel it's a good start.
What do you know? The media and the lies have gone out there, and the perception that this administration is doing well, based on if we look at the revenue that this administration have received from FIFA and government, FIFA like $12 million in 4 years, compared to ability administration, the administration that I work in for 8 years, we receive less than $2 million. There's a huge gap between 8 years to 4 years, 12 million to 2 million. So what are we talking about? The referee cannot make. When we came into football, we met employee salary at $15. We raised the money to minimum was $100, $80 when they deduct taxes. So we also raised the referee indemnity based on our income. We were getting $250,000 yearly. Now this administration is getting $1 million, $1.5 million, close to $2 million yearly. So there's a big gap, and you should be doing more. If you calculate the 66 games from the first division, the second division, and the women football, and you match it up to the referee that they're getting $35 or $30 a game, you spend less than $6,000 annually for referee for a league. And now the president of the FA is coming to buy for the $2,500 car. So that money could be infused into giving referee indemnity, where you can give them $200 that will, because the referee is the face of your league. If you got good referee in the league, you see a lot of people will have confidence in your league to attend your leagues. But if the referee are not certified, so you will see a lot of people will be tempted to accept bribery to handle the game. So that's why we're saying that I'm one of my main goal and my agenda will be increasing the referee indemnity at least a minimum of $200. It will not even reach $100,000 for a league. So why can't we put the money to where the money is supposed to be? So we have a huge problem with the league, and most of my colleagues will attest to it that the referee needs to be paid adequately and very well, and so that they can be able to give us a good competition. So tomorrow I can't go on the field and feel that I'm going to be cheated because I know that the referee may have been tampered with, or they have been given instruction based on my advocacy or my opposition to the administration. So these are the things that happen in football, and it doesn't occur well for the development of football.
And listening to you honestly, it tells me that your concern is basically on referees' welfare. But looking at the National League, in fact, you said the National League under this administration is nothing, in terms of comparing. It's not competitive. And let's look at your own plan if you get elected in April this year as the president of the Liberia Football Association. What type of tastes will you bring to the National League as compared to what we see? According to you, is no competition.
Actually, we have to go back to our history. We have to have a football philosophy and a curriculum of football development agenda. We have to be honest, the club presidents, the clubs are doing well in terms of competition, but we're really having problem with the referees, and that's where our frustration are in terms of the league. So I believe that we will invest in coaches' education. We will increase referee indemnity and their welfare to be able to bring value and credibility to the league. So the clubs needs to be empowered, and that will be our focus, because right now, as it is, and Anthony, we don't have anything in return on our investment. As I said to you, I have played 8 games in women football, 0 gate intake. And you know the gate intake is the main major source of income for clubs, for the FA, for football. So if you are investing into football and you can have a gate intake, so you running on losses. You understand that? So we all will come, my administration will be based on consultation. There are brilliant ideas from stakeholders who have submitted these ideas to the administration, but again, they have failed to listen. So we will be listening to the stakeholders. I know that my chairman Marcelin, we disagree on some issue, but he got very brilliant ideas, and I know we have spoken on so many occasions. He have given plan on how we can generate money, because with all money we cannot run the league, we cannot run football, we cannot, because number one, Anthony, some clubs only practice 1 time a week. You can't expect a club to practice 1 time a week and you want the player to exhibit 100% excellence. Impossible. Sometimes the club cannot even practice a week, so you expect performance to be low. So we have to look after the clubs to empower them, so they can be able to transform the players in terms of technical development with the coaches. So once we empower the clubs will be able to look after the coaches and pay them well. The coaches also need to be paid well, because you found out that most of the coaches aren't even paid. Even they on a contract, they don't have the money to pay. And even if they are paid, they are underpaid. You understand? So I believe in dignity of labor. You work, you pay. But equally so, we cannot continue to deprive our family from the basic standard of living, to continue to invest in football when we don't have no returns. It also strains for us. So we will run the administration based on consensus. We will look through where we can look for funding. It's government. Everything cannot be government, and we have to find other alternatives, in which we have we will deliver when we are elected.
Let's look at your relationship with club presidents. Those presidents as stakeholders in Liberian football. What type of relationship you have with those stakeholders? You want to replace Mr. Rajid in April as the president of the Liberia Football Association. Where are we when it comes to having that relationship with stakeholders?
The name Rochell Woodson is a hustle name in Liberian football. My record speaks for itself. I'm not going into the LFA election only to replace. We're going to transform football. And my relationship, I have relationship with stakeholders. We represent the message. The incumbent always going against the incumbent is kind of hard. He has the money, he has the people. People are afraid right now to lose their space, to lose their voting right, to be, a lot of them are kind of sitting on the fence. You have to convince them what you have to deliver to them. and now I'm a stakeholder and I know what we are going through. So we will present the message and we ensure that the message resonates among them. So at the end of the day, what matters is when they go in April, they will vote their conscience. They will be voting on true and earnest. And I think that what matters. That when we were the incumbent are we split on because we had to be truthful to people. Those things that he said before, I will not take honorarium. Today he's taking honorarium. In less than 1 year, he started to take his honorarium. I don't want to send from the FA, but today he buying for the $2,500 car. I don't want this from the FA. Today they are proposing several benefits in a year training for executive committee member. While as club presidents, we don't have that. We don't have money to run our club. They're trying to give each executive committee member $10,000 for in a year tenure. I don't know where does that come from. So we have to be earnest and we have to lead responsibly. We have to lead with honesty and truthfulness. So that would be the difference between the incumbent and I. And I look forward to selling my message. And I believe at the end of the day, we will win, no matter how it works.
Well, there are others who have already started endorsing Mr. Raji for the April election, and there are others who are saying, hey, Madam Rochell Woodson has done well in football, but it is not timely. They want you to back out and just wait for another time. What will you say to those people who put in this idea that, hey, Mr. Raji is doing well, he has promoted Liberian football, and Madam Rochell Woodson does not have the time to just, bring her in at this time while she needs to wait? What will you say to those people who put in this?
Again, with all disrespect to my colleagues, I think from now to April is still a little bit far. And I respect the decision, and I won't say, I won't come and say anything against their decision to endorse. That's the right. But again, I believe we stay far from election. The table can turn, the message can resonate, the truth can unfold when they get to know that what we had and what we have been given, and in return what we got from this administration is far less than what we're supposed to be, and what we're supposed to be getting as stakeholders and as our football development agenda. They might change, and it's not law and gospel when you endorse it means that you're going to vote for the person. So again, we still far from elections. There are many variables that will happen, and we look forward for a successful election. And I'm not going to back off. The tendency of people going unopposed is not a good thing to show your strength. You need to go show your strength for the election from sentiment and corruption, and go into the race, test your strength and see if the people truly want to elect you. Don't go with the idea of paying people to endorse you on the basis of scare tactics. No, we're not going to subscribe to that. Again, we will go into the elections, and there are rules and regulations in the statute that govern elections, and we believe that this administration should hold onto the laws that govern football for it to be applied, and we will go into the elections.
I'm concerned, and I guess there are others who following this broadcast and want to know the name Rochell Woodson. What has she done when it comes to Liberian football that she wants to take the higher seat? You care to just run us through with some of those marks that has to do with Rochell Woodson?
Obviously, I've been in football administration for quite a while. I think if I can recall, it would be like almost 24 years. I've been president for so many teams, including the Ghana FC today that is owned by our president, Mustafa Raji. I was president for Ghana FC. He took over from me. And during that time, I was able to get Toyota sponsorship to help the team. And we were able to provide them with salary, basic football equipment. And today I'm president for World Girls Football Club. I was also president for Facel Board. I'm a chairperson. I'm not president, chairman for the board for Facel. So also president for Fulani. Before coming to the executive committee in 2010. And on the executive committee, I chaired so many committees, which we work. I work with my colleagues. We were able to achieve some things, and we did not achieve some things. And so those things that we did not achieve and those things that was not right in football administration during our time, I think I spoke against it. But again, the executive committee worked with numbers. I couldn't be the only person opposing everything, which I did. What I felt that was not right, it was not in the interest of football. I opposed it, no matter if I had ally or not, but I did. And because of my outspokenness, and I was expelled and suspended. So I was always advocating for the welfare of stakeholders, the game, the transparency and accountability of game. People should be held accountable for their actions. So those are the things that we brought into football. We believe that the rules and regulation, the laws should be upheld, no matter why, no matter who you are. You should be able to abide by the laws of the game. And those are the things I was seeking for. And I did some in my own. I did not. Again, that's football. Individually, I have contributed to so many players out there, and personal contribution, managed some of them, including the like of Zach Gringa. Today, what's his name? George Manaba, the one that is the co-founder for Leeds United. Leeds Football Academy. Yeah, he was one of my players who I supported. And today, the coach for Lofa County Kickball team, Ezekiel Topa. Those players at that time, they were under 15. I helped them, my personal contribution and stuff. So I have done as a person, I've done well in supporting and developing players. I have also helped, clubs in terms of providing materials, in terms of materials, equipment, and giving them my expertise in football leadership. So with all corporate sponsorship, I'm managing my club right now, World Girls FC. I'm not like the president who have corporate sponsorship for over 20 years, cannot show his own stadium like the one of Nima United and Nima Quado today, who just came into football with all corporate sponsorship. They have a stadium today, so I must employ them. Unlike Liska, who have corporate sponsorship over 20 years now, and they don't have a headquarters yet. We are yet to see Liska fee or Liska headquarters from the corporate sponsorship. We are yet to see the agenda for the men's in terms of education. Liska has sold one of they are one of the clubs that has sold the highest amount of players out of Liberia. So today, the club, it should be one of the richest clubs in Liberia to have access, but we are yet to see it. Again, I have employed my own Liberian coaches. The president of the FA have never, from I think 4 years now, he hasn't have a Liberian coach coaching Liska. He left from the Gambian after the Gambian was nominated or appointed to the U20. He went for a Ghanaian coach. So how does he show leadership when he cannot even hire his own Liberian coaches? So it also undermines the Liberian coaches' ability to coach his team. So that's another area we will be looking at. And for me, I continue to be into the Liberian market, though I go for foreign players to beef up with the Liberian girls to create competition. But again, I will continue to hire the services of our coaches to empower them. The money may not be a lot, but I think it will make a difference in their life. So this is where we are, and These are my contributions to Liberia football. These are few of my contributions. I think there are more that I haven't spoken about.
Okay.
But in subsequent times, we'll be able to give it out.
You into women football category. In fact, you're the president of World Girls Football Club. What have you to say when it comes to women football development under Raji administration?
Well, we brought in a lot of experience, and we brought in competition when we came to women football in 2018. We changed the dynamics of women football. We boosted the level of leadership within women football and competition, wherein you see a lot of club presidents in women football going for quality players. We're going after coach. Again, I must employ my and determine. We were down those days when World Girls and Determine were nowhere, where you see Blanco and Earthington was picking up every tournament they were winning. Now today Determine is up there. We are in competition. Ambassador, you can see today they hire Pella, who is the technical director for them. You see the transformation of Ambassador. So we are doing well under this administration. It's only because our passion as stakeholders, we decided to invest whatever we have to continue to create the competition between ourselves. So we're doing well.
I'm talking about and honestly, women football with what we have now, the kind of taste that has been given to women football. Honestly, we couldn't see in past administration. I'm asking you, what have you to say in terms of comparing what we have when it comes to women football and what we have
so
now?
So it all boils down to the stakeholder now. With our involvement into women football, we changed the dynamics. Whether Raji or not, we came to women football, we changed the dynamics, and today I must applaud all the women football stakeholders for the level of commitment and the passion in investing in women football. We should have had more than what we are today. If the funding for women football was provided to us, we would have done better, because everybody got vision. We're looking beyond ourselves as women football stakeholders. So we're looking beyond ourselves.
And you think it is not about the Raji administration?
No, about everybody. Everybody wants to do better. Everybody competing among themselves. Everybody among ourselves. We go and look. We competing. We trying to be above this other person. So whether we don't have money or not, we still going. Those days, the club needs to boycott game. They need to not show up. Even if we get money or not, we have to force our way because of our passion. It's about us going there, because the girls there too are also competing, and they into the game. We encouraging them. So it's not about Raji administration. It's about we, the stakeholder, have the passion. Raji can come there, but he doesn't force us to play if we don't want to play. So again, we all can say that we are doing well, and it should go to the stakeholder. All those contribution is because of the stakeholder ambition to go after something. What do we have for the game after the league? $3,000? Nothing. It's not even half of the money that we spend in football. Our cash price is $3,000. Up to today's date, this president have not even secure sponsorship for women football cash price for this year. He promised to do that after he gave I think $20,000 to men's football in second division. But we are yet to see how much women football will be getting for cash price for this year after the league. So the president is not. It's not about the president, because his agenda is something different than what we as stakeholders are forging for the development of women football, because we don't want to destroy it. We have put too many effort into it, and we want to protect it. So that's why we are all together into it. And I must applaud all of the women football, lower league and upper league presidents. We are doing very well.
And you think what agenda he has when it comes to women football?
That would be that agenda. We will contribute. We will do more, and we will break down on how we will expand the development of women football.
No, I'm talking about Rochell. I'm talking about the president of the LFA. You say he has different agenda, and your agenda as stakeholders in women category, football category, at moving women football ahead. So I'm asking you, what agenda do you think he has as the LFA president for women football? Because you say he has
You have to
different.
explain his agenda and his curriculum for women football. For me, I'm talking about the competition that we have built among ourselves to protect the development and the investment that we have made in women football.
So let's hear you. What type of plan you have for women football if elected?
Well, we will have to work. We will work with partners to help build up what we have right now, because it's only to maintain. Sustenance is the most important thing. It's not what we have that is ongoing, but how do we maintain it? Right now, as I continue to say, it's empowerment. We're going to look for funding to empower clubs, not only women football, but clubs. Clubs need funding. We have to create the pathway so we can be able to have our development agenda in and moving. So what we will do, we will break down our platform when we formally and officially declare, and we will run on our agenda on how we will transform women football, men's football, the national teams, and how we will go about giving all our curriculum and the philosophy of football in Liberia. So that's something that will be discussed on a different platform, Anthony.
Just two questions before we take calls. We have to go to the phone lines, but quick two questions. What will you do in terms of? I'd like to know your position if you elected as president of the LFA in April. Will you seek for a foreign coach, or will you prioritize your own Liberian coaches? Yeah. Number two, what's your percentage in terms of rating the Raji administration? Quickly.
For me, I believe in. I still have my belief in the Liberian coaches. I believe that we'll work with coaches in Liberia and the diaspora. I will work. My administration will work closely with the Liberia Coaches Association to identify the best to coach our national team. That will be their decision to do. They will have to go out. I told you we will do consultation. We will get consensus. We will get people from diaspora coaches. We got a lot of Liberian coaches out there, youth development coaches. We got coaches for national level in other Liberia. We will work with them. They will come in. We'll ask them for their contribution. We will not dispel their contribution. We'll ask them to come in, and then we'll work. We will look among the pool with Liberia coaches in Liberia and the diaspora, and we can select our national coach from there. I'm not a big believer for international coaches. Sorry, I'm not discriminatory, but it's something that I believe in Liberia coaches who can do better.
So quickly, in terms of rating,
the Raji administration, I must admit, they're doing well. Some area they fail miserably.
And what are those areas you think they're doing well? What are those areas you think they're making gains?
Well, we will have to break them down, and we don't have that enough time to say whatever areas they are making gains and wherever they are not making gains. As I say, in terms of the league, it's not competitive, and that is one of the areas they need to work on. How do we bring the fan back to the field is one of the areas that we need to work on. The national team performances is very poor, zero. They need to work on it, and I'm not sure they have the time to do it. I don't think they have the capacity to do it. They have a white coach who sit down and insult our Liberian players with all disrespect, and at the end of the day, he does not have a curriculum or agenda to move our national team to World Cup and African Cup of Nations. So it baffles me why he still has that job today. I don't know, but these are the things we are looking at. So there are a lot of things to be said, and a lot of things that we need to do. Is not only building field. We agree that the building field is good, but again, we have to build field with camping facility, because here's the thing, and that's why I always say to people, Yes, he built the Tusa Field and he built the SKD, but you got clubs that coming from Nima, Sanikwere, from Yekepa, and you get them coming to Liberia. They cannot afford to sleep in Monrovia because they don't have the resources to sleep. So why can't you build camping facility in those locations on the stadium so they can be able to sleep, to get affording the opportunity to cut down costs? Because it's not healthy for the players. When they come today, they have to play and then go back tomorrow. You see, just 2 days ago, I think last week, Nima FC had an accident on Bomi Highway because they couldn't afford to sleep in Bomi. They don't have the resources. So that's why I'm saying club empowerment will be my key agenda for my administration, because the club needs money and we'll be able to protect the players in our clubs to be able to run functionally. So there are issues that are affecting clubs. It's not only the building of fees, but it's also you have to put the facility that will incorporate other football activities in terms of camping and the team, and then you have to build the field for modernization of where we are today. If you're building today, it's not for us, it's for our children. So the technology needs to be on the field that will be able to advance, what we will be able to get, what's the thing? The protection of the players. Like now the Tusa field, if you got a huge crowd going on that field, they can break through the fence and run on the field because the players, no protection, no security for the players, So these qualities are poor. Like the other day, my girls played Blanco. They were probably on the field naked dressing because they had to come out of the locker room. And I believe the washing room, bathroom, they need bathroom, washing room where the girls will go or the boys will go and take shower. All those things needs to be on the field. So you don't benefit only temporary things short term, but you should have a long facility so we can get to use all of things. That's why it's a modernization. It's not only for a quick fix. No, we're not on quick fix. It should be sustainable, something long lasting.
Okay, Rochell. And you said you gave 60%, right?
Yeah, it should be around 60. They're doing well, but for me, I really can't do. I can't really praise them because for the level of money they have received, funding $12 million for the kind of
12 million in 4 years, according to you.
Yeah, for 4 years, I think they have not done enough.
So we have to take calls. I want you to follow us via our online TV. So we.
Sure, I'm here. I can answer some of the questions if I'm here. So don't worry, I'm listening.
Okay, yeah. So 0778 105 105 0881 105 105 are the numbers to call. So we have Madam Rochell Woodson as our guest, and she wants to replace Mr. Mustafa Raji in April as the president of the Liberia Football Association. So we're taking our first call from this end. Hello. 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 I don't know what is happening. Hello. Yeah, good afternoon.
Let me mention Mark Anthony Shem. I'm enthusiastic for Liberian football for the past 50 years.
Let's hear you, my brother.
Okay, and let me say thank you for such a brilliant presentation from the Iron Lady of Liberian football, Madam Rochell Woodson. But I have few reservations that I want to put forth. And that is why it is true that Rochell Woodson has been one of the contributors to the development of Liberian football. But it is of no doubt that right now it is not time for Rochell Woodson to contact against Mr. Raji with the increment, who by public opinion and by the word of the stakeholders have done excellently well to better the Liberian football. Why do I say so? I say so because the very stakeholders that Madam Rochell Woodson is hoping on to vote for are the same stakeholders who have overwhelmingly because 39 voters, 8 or 29 of them have endorsed the candidacy of Mr. for Mustafa Raji.
Okay.
So how then?
Thank
how
you.
Then on earth can that is 28, approximately 28.
Thank you so much, my brother. Let's do it in time. We have more calls coming in. 0778 105 105 0881 105 105. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How you doing?
I'm okay. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm Alahaji and I'm from here for Central Time this afternoon.
Let's hear you.
The first thing I want to say, I'm Rochell Favor Woodson, Mr. Raji. I want to say, Mr. Raji is now performing. You want to say, you bring in some action for 10 years, you do well, you do well, you can't well. But then let us tell the topic where you're not, where you're not sure. So I want to know from an Rochell as a relate to empowering the cities. There's inquiry club. Where was source of income come from? I want to know the source of income.
You want to know the source of what?
Where she is taking the money from? The empower coaches and the empower club. As a relate to taking the facilities, taking letter every president.
Okay. Thank you so much. And those of you calling me on my phone, I'm not taking calls on my personal phone. I announce the numbers. Please call on the number. I have Madam Rochell Wilson on my own phone. So I'm not taking calls on my personal phone. So the numbers to call 0778 105 105 0881 105 105 are the numbers to call. Hello.
This is station once again short.
My man, what you went through?
Yeah, no, I was.
No, my man, we have others on the line, man. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tamba, and good afternoon to your studio guests.
Yeah.
Momoni Kuruga Johnson, Alayako Johnson. I thank you for having Madam Rochell Wilson. I just have a few observations and maybe a few questions for Madam Rochell Wilson. Anthony, the records are there. First of all, why did Madam Rochell Wilson refuse to outline the failures of Mr. Raji and where Mr. Raji fell short and then where Mr. Raji have won? No, I think you don't come to the day school with some dishonesty. No, Anthony, Mr. Raji, you don't need a rocket scientist. All right? So I think Madam Rochell have a right to contest, the upcoming election, but it is there on the rubber because she cannot make Mr. Raji. And again, I have a few questions. When last did Madam Rochell Wilson, sent in observation or to bring in, like, to, for example, the league is not doing well, we need this, we need that, we need. When last did she come, face to face with Mr. Raji to bring a recommendation? That is number one. Number two, Madam Rochell have refused to show us, to tell us that people on this wildly listening platform, if God forbid, she became president of this country at the Liberia Resolution. What would be some are playing first 100 days? She has failed to do that. She just stopped them. So I think Mr. Anthony Tama need to make this and make us understand that indeed.
You asking for her players in the first 100 days as president of the LFA. Thank you so much.
Yes, she have not, to conclude, Anthony, Anthony, people respect your show. Somebody coming with some,
I don't have time for that nonsense. You don't tell me who to bring here. Hello?
Sir?
Yeah.
Can you please allow me to just squeeze in one point? I beg you, please, Anthony.
Let's hear you tension to it quickly now.
Yes. I want to kind of ask Madam Woodson, what's our relationship with the 39 stakeholders? That is the point of the issue. What is our relationship with the 39 stakeholders that are supposed to be voting for the every presidency?
But I think she addressed that. Anyway, she listened.
She covered the public.
Okay, as she address that, I'll go back to her.
How was it with the 39 stakeholders?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a relationship with them. So, but a few of them give me endorsement. It doesn't mean it's a vote. So, what are you talking about? Today, Muska and myself can still speak. I got very good relationship with them. So, it doesn't matter what my relationship. I got a very good relationship. So, stop talking about today endorsement. It means that tomorrow they're going to vote. No, tomorrow is not election. We got 4 months to election. And the table can the change can based on the messaging.
Okay. So another person talk about your first 100 days in office plan, and let's just do it quickly.
Augustine, I think I told you the time is short, and besides that, I have now officially declared my intention to run as president of the FA. I told you once I've done that, I will give them my platform, and I will give them the first 100 days what I'm going to achieve when I become president for the FC. That's something I said.
Okay, man. We want to wrap up with you. We want to give you at least 2 minutes just to wrap on. We have to go.
First of all, I just want to say thank you very much for the invite. I will be more open, or I'll return to the country very shortly. And I want to say thanks to the listening audience out there. The perception and the narrative of the development of Liberian football, we will continue to say those things that they need to know, and we will bring facts on the table, we'll bring truth on the table, we'll bring numbers on the table, and then the public will try to understand the dynamics. They have only been hearing one side of the story, one side of the points, but now we'll come out with numbers, we'll come out with facts, we'll come out with documents to see where this administration have fallen short and why we think we're taking this time for us to come in the race to be elected as president of the Liberia FA. So thank you again. Upon my return, I will have a major press conference to declare my intentions, and then with that time I will give my platform and what I will be able to do different to foster the growth of football in Liberia. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Madam Rochell Woodson, for accepting our invitation on Sports Roundup. Sorry, we never had time. We couldn't start on time because of this, technical problem. So we just squeezed in. But however, folks, thanks to all of you for following. Those of you who've been following us via our online TV, we want to say thanks so much. My name is Anthony Tamba. Thanks for listening and following, and especially thanks to our producer, Matthew Counting.